college it can be hard, but what makes it a lot harder is when you're sleep deprived. So for the last couple of months, as I've moved into college, starting my freshman year, I've really been trying to optimize my sleep in order to get my physical and mental and intellectual health right. I need to be able to focus, I need to be able to be productive, but I also need to be able to perform well in the gym and do all this other stuff and be happy and healthy. So, this is my routine that I've constructed. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a start if you're starting to go to college and need to figure out how do I balance health in a very unhealthy environment. Like everybody talks about the freshman 15, where everybody gains 15 pounds their freshman year because they have so much food available at all times. But what nobody talks about is why like half of that is honestly just because people stop sleeping. Sleep is such a big thing that really impacts the rest of your body, and it can really make you gain a lot of fat. Not only that, but it's also really part of what makes it so difficult emotionally for people is because, it's tough to transition, but it's even tougher when your emotions are all out of whack because you haven't been sleeping well, so you can't emotionally regulate. So this is actually really, really important for anybody getting into college. All right, so it's not pretty, it's not beautiful, but this is the current state of the sleep routine. So the first really big aspect of sleep is light. And unfortunately, you don't get a ton of lighting options when you move into your dorm. So overhead, I have these big like fluorescent lights, which are not the greatest and especially bad for your sleep. So I went and I got these string fairy lights, which not only look cool, but they're also a warmer color. They're a lot less bright, but I'm still able to get around my room totally fine. I'm also thinking about bringing in some of my red night lights, but they're a little bit creepy to see like red light coming in from under somebody's door. So it's a little bit weird, but that's definitely something that I'm thinking of implementing again if you've seen that in my former videos. Another thing that is huge here is I've been wearing my blue light glasses, which is just a staple of any sleep routine. Avoiding blue light is super, super important, and really it's something that everybody should be doing. So another super important factor is wind down routine as well. So this is one of the harder things to find time for, especially when you're in a really busy schedule in college. But it is super important, and honestly it's productive to take, even if it's 30 minutes, 15 minutes before bed, to just unwind. So for me, this is usually just lying in bed, reading a book for about 15 minutes, and really just trying to relax, get into that. I have a playlist that I listen to at night, and it's all just like nice, chill music. So that is definitely something that I've seen improve my deep sleep and also my time to sleep. So I'm able to fall asleep faster and sleep better. So in the time that I have to sleep, I'm more refreshed. It's much more important now to think about efficiency rather than volume for sleep, because when you're on a tight schedule, that's really just what you have to do. Also, a high-level scheduling thing is just your sleep routine and your consistency. So this is a huge thing for me especially. I found when I am able to go to bed within the same 15 to 30 minute window as often as possible, preferably 6 nights a week, 7 nights a week, that is when I get the highest quality sleep. But of course, in college and in life, your schedule is changing a lot, so it's hard to find that balance. But whenever I'm able to have an open night, I find that my life is just so much better if I make probably the more disciplined choice to just turn my brain off, go to bed at the same time without making any additional plans. I'm able to still do stuff, but I need to make sure that I'm still getting to bed at that same time. So for me, I need to wake up at 7:30 almost every single day. And so I know that in order to get 8.5 hours of sleep or so, I need about 9 hours in bed. So 9 hours before 7:30 is 10:30. Wait. 10:30. And so if I'm able to go to bed at 10:30 consistently, that my life is great. And every single day that I do that, my emotional state, my intellectual state, my physical state, everything just gets better. It compounds upon itself. So I'm really able to start getting this ball rolling where eventually, if I'm in such a strong sleep state, I won't really feel the effects of one bad night of sleep or one night where I'm up late as much as if I'm already kind of in a tenuous situation where I've only been getting 7.5 hours of sleep for the last month. So really emphasizing that has actually made me feel like I'm able to do more fun stuff. Like I'm able to take maybe that risk of having a late night because I know I can take it because I just have, I've been sleeping enough already. I'll be okay. So another big aspect of sleep is just how much you eat and when you eat. So honestly, for college, this has been pretty easy for me. I like to not eat for about 2 hours before bed, ideally more than that if possible. But my dining hall closes at 8 p.m. And so if I'm going to bed at 10:30, I don't really have a choice to not eat. So for me, that's actually been really easy. Honestly, college isn't the end of all healthy sleep. It's actually pretty beneficial in some ways. It forces me into doing some good habits, which I do appreciate. So that has definitely been a benefit. I've also been experimenting with this weighted blanket, which is 20 pounds. And since I'm not a infant, it's okay for me to be sleeping with this consistently. And that has definitely been something that I really appreciate, especially as I'm starting to do more heavy weightlifting. On days that I'm really sore, that my legs are really sore, that I've been walking a lot, this has been really, really helpful for me. I do definitely appreciate it. And honestly, I love just sitting here with the weighted blanket on my legs, and it's just really relaxing feeling. Definitely appreciate that. As for supplementation, I'm still taking basically the same thing that I was before I moved into college. So number one, I'm taking myo-inositol in 500 milligram doses every other night. This is a sleep supplement that helps with time to sleep, especially, and also being able to fall back asleep if you wake up during the night. The jury's still out on that. That's still being tested personally, but I think there is good evidence to support the fact that it probably is effective. Whether or not the impact size is great is still up for debate.